What's up, everyone? It's KidSmoove, and this is another Apples and Oranges video. And happy MLK Day, or happy Civil Rights Day, happy whatever day you want to call it today. And I just want to do this video because I feel like every time there's an opportunity to create fuckery, people will take it. And so let me just do what I can to minimize it or give my 2 cents. So MLK III has met with Donald Trump today at the Trump Towers, and they spoke. Of course, if you can probably look up on the internet, people are a little bit upset because some reason there's a crime to meet with Donald Trump. But the thing I want to focus on is a few things. The dumb questions that C-SPAN and CNN asked MLK III about Trump, Martin Luther King, and also their oversensitive reactions to what Trump had to say about John Lewis. So let's get this video started, shall we?
Follow up. Isn't there something that just cuts to your core when you hear the president-elect refer to John Lewis as all talk and no action? I mean, nothing could be further from the truth, isn't that right? John Lewis is not all talk and no action.
No, absolutely. I would say John Lewis has demonstrated that he's action. As I said, things get said on both sides in the heat of emotion.
So the first question they asked is in reference to John Lewis, Representative John Lewis. He represented Georgia, and people are losing their mind because what Trump said about John Lewis, saying he's all talk, no action. The thing I hate about this whole coverage this is getting, they try to turn it so, they try to make it seem like this is so disrespectful that they try to coin it as like an attack. When you type in Google John Lewis or something like that, you're going to see Trump attacks John Lewis or Trump's attack on John Lewis, this and that and the third and whatnot. It's just kind of insane. But people are forgetting this is what happens, and Trump is very combative. John Lewis, who's boycotting Trump, had something to say about Trump. Trump responded saying he's all talk, no action, and everybody loses their damn mind. So at this interview, they asked MLK III about it. Obviously, John Lewis walked and worked with MLK during the civil rights movement. And so they tried to bait him, and that's clearly a lie. You know, John Lewis is that's far from the truth with John Lewis, which is fine. I'm not saying anything bad about John Lewis, but I'm not going to sit there and condemn Trump for him responding to somebody criticizing him. You know what I mean? We all do it. Somebody say something about you on Twitter or in person, and you respond, you're gonna reply. You know what I mean? Just because he's president-elect doesn't mean he can't reply. Just because the person he's criticizing is a person of color or is a black person doesn't mean it's racist. Like, this is the shit that they do, and it's kind of ridiculous. But this is the real question I want to get into, and it's starting to cause rumblings on Twitter, because people on Twitter and YouTube are asking this very same question that this idiot is about to ask right here.
On this day, what would your father's message be to President-elect Trump? What do you think your father's message would be to President-elect Trump?
What would MLK say about Trump? What would MLK think of Trump? This is a serious question for people, as if Martin Luther King, let's make this quick, simple, and easy for all of us. If Martin Luther King was here, let's say any time after 1965, maybe in the 70s and 80s, I think he would be fairly happy that we were living in the movement that he was promoting. You know, we all kind of, for the most part, get along good, like whites and blacks. You know, we don't have white only bathrooms in restaurants anymore. We're not there's still brothers getting shot down by cops, but there's no one getting, there's no lynchings taking place. We're not being beaten down in the street and hosed down and crap like that and whatnot. So I think for the most part, he would think it was better now than it was then. But the question I really want to answer is, what would Martin Luther King think of Donald Trump, or what would he say about Donald Trump if he was still here today? Now let that sink in. Martin Luther King was born, January 1929? That would make him 88. Now, he would be either very old or he would be dead. And I can say he would probably likely be dead because the average lifespan of an American is 78. No, that's white people. The average lifespan of an African American male is about 72. So for the most part, he probably wouldn't be around to say anything to begin with. And if he was to be around, I don't think he would have anything. It wouldn't be this Black Lives Matter stuff and this let's boycott everything Trump does and say, because last I checked, MLK was doing like the peace marches, the peace walks, and meeting with white presidents like Lyndon B. Johnson and John F. Kennedy. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think I got some pictures somewhere in this this video. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Apples and Oranges video. This is KidSmoove. I'm out of here. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and if you disagree, hit that dislike button. And you can always share. Cheers. We out.
As you know, many African Americans,
Trump will be a president?
many
Sir?
African Americans are very concerned about a Trump presidency.
I'm not.